afterwards. Now I'm building the storage room next to the main house. We'll add some more windows and doors and stuff later on, and just building like this small patio outside of the main house, linking to the workhouse, so you kind of can walk down out there in the shadows without getting burnt by all the sun and stuff like that. Pretty cool, and also it looks pretty cool, so that's kind of why I stuck with that idea. Now I'm working on the workhouse, which will be the interior will be really the thing that makes this build stand out, with how I make it feel like it's a natural workhouse where people are actually grinding the wheat and doing some actual work in there. So I'm looking forward to do that interior later in the episode right here. So we're still building in the same village we have done before, and we don't have a name for this place yet. So if you have any name suggestions, make sure to let me know, because I have no clue, guys. So if you can come up with something, make sure to let me know. And also, if you like this way of building where you kind of speed it up and then just do a lot of building in shorter time to make it more exciting, also make sure to let me know. Now you can kind of see that I'm changing up the roof again. I'm taking away all of the gesims, as it's called, the part of the roof that's sticking out from the wall, and just replacing it with a border of sandstone. I think it gives it more of this desert feel and Arabic feel, which is kind of what we're going for here. And then just adding the spikes on the roof of the workhouse to make it look kind of this desert style is something I've been going for a little bit here. Then trying to add some more details to the walls with the windows and stuff like that, and adding in some doors, and just make the place look a little bit more livable. You see, adding windows and stuff like that. And I don't really think that much about the windows when I first build them, because I always think just get the blocks out there. So I'm placing the windows, and then I'm just afterwards I might change the way the windows looks, or place the location of the windows if the interior is not, like, it doesn't work with the interior. So that's something I like to do. Also, I'm just adding some more windows here in the workhouse here, trying to make it look as cool as possible from the outside, even though we might change it. So now let's do some more of this outside of the farm here. I want to have just like this big open area with a lot of just dirt and stuff like that, make it feel like it's just worn out basically. And I'm using the new path block that came in 1.9, and if you didn't know, you can actually just use it as normal block instead of having to use a shovel on grass blocks. You just use your middle mouse button and then just click on it, and you can use it like a normal block. Really interesting. It's just a small tip from me here to you guys. So I'm also just trying to connect to the path here and trying to have like this smooth transition from using more of the sandstone into just bare dirt. I think I kind of nailed it. And we're using like a mixture of coarse dirt and normal dirt, and it gives like this small variation feelings. Just adding some small details here with buttons and stuff like that on the sides here. And then going to add some like barrels and storage area units like this. I'm going to make this kind of like this shed stuff where you could have, I think I kind of want to make it like an enclosure for animals and stuff like that. You see I'm making this water tray here in wood using trapdoors and stairs, and then just adding some hay bales to the outside here to make it look pretty cool. Just trying to add some vegetation to the area, because why not? And then filling in the storage area here with a lot of these crates and some firewood in the on the sides here to make it feel realistic. Adding some flower pots as well, just small details that make it look really cool and makes the building pop out, in my opinion. I'm moving over to doing the interior now on the main house, just setting up some walls and setting up some flooring here. Then we're gonna just continue the wall all the way up and kind of have like make it a little bit realistic, so that the wall is supported from downstairs and upstairs, kind of just the same wall with a floor separating them. Then adding some windows here to the sides, and I'm not completely satisfied, but when I move them up it looks much better. Trying to have like them go along with the staircase. That's something I like to do, to make the windows, not every window is on line, on a single line. Try to break up the facades of the build with placing it on different levels, and using a staircase. It's one of the most natural ways of doing that to make it look realistic. So doing the kitchen really quickly now, and then just adding some chests and stuff like that on the in like the hallway here. it's like a medieval build, so they don't put that much effort into the interior, I think. But anyway, let's just do something. Also, I have retextured the purple blocks to look like some hay or stuff like that. So I'm just trying to make some beds looking just like they're just hay-like placed on the floor, basically. You just saw it just a moment ago, and that's something I will try to do more in the future here, because I think that's more realistic. I don't think they have like these fancy red beds that you see normally. So yeah, I will try to do that, and maybe do some custom texture for the bed itself to make it look a little bit more medieval. I don't know, maybe in the future. And moving on to the workhouse here, we can see that I kind of miscalculated where I put the windows at the outside, because you can see the windows are now on the floor level, if that makes sense, like that. So we have to move it up. But then upstairs we kind of have this problem where the ceiling and kind of goes, yeah, kind of interrupts with the window upstairs. But I'm just gonna keep that because I think it gives like this really cool atmospheric look. Because my idea is that the farm's hand, basically the guys that work on the farm, would live up there. So they would live and yeah, kind of have their stuff up there, and they don't have the best quality of housing, so just placing some beds like that make it look cool. There's some chests and just some decorations like that. Also, I want to put like this supporting beam in the middle right now, because yeah, I think it looks realistic. It kind of interrupts with the way you move around in here, makes it a little bit harder, but I think it looks good. So now we pretty much are done with the farmhouse itself. I know this is gonna a little bit fast, so make sure to let me know with some feedback down there. And now I'm just adding some foliage. I can never pronounce that word correctly. But right now we are pretty much done. So let's take some cinematic views of this. Look, yeah, it's looking pretty amazing in my opinion. So if you enjoyed this, guys, make sure to let me know and smack that like button. If you haven't done already, make sure to subscribe and all that stuff. And I will see you all guys later.